Chapter 12. We'd better take the dog out, Tina reminded me. She hadn't actually had any exercise yet. I fetched the dog lead. Come on, Streaker, time for walkies. Streaker leapt to her feet, trotted straight over, plonked her bottom on the floor, and waited for me to clip the lead to her collar. We were astonished. No, that's not the word. Flabbergasted. That sounds better. We were flabbergasted. Streaker looked up at me with eyes that seemed to say, "All right, I'll do anything, but don't jam my bum in the washing machine again." "Pinch me, I'm dreaming," murmured Tina. "Take her up to the field and see if she still obeys you." All the way to the field, Streaker was as good as gold, trotting quietly by my side. When we got there, I let her off the lead. She went speeding off at once, and I thought that was it. But as soon as I shouted walkies, Streaker came hurtling straight back again. Tina couldn't stop laughing. "That was what you said to her when you put her on the exercise machine. Walkies. For some reason it makes her come straight back to you. It's brilliant, Trev. Streaker's been trained." It took several seconds for this to sink in properly. Tina was right. Streaker was trained. That meant we hadn't lost the bet and she could come off death row. Everything was going to be all right. We stared at each other with enormous grins inside ourselves. I almost hugged Tina. Almost, I said. Tina and I were still celebrating this when something even more unexpected happened. Streaker was charging round the woods, doing her normal everyday impression of a cruise missile, when we heard startled cries, and Charlie Spug suddenly appeared on the path. He wasn't alone. Sharon Blenkinsop was with him, and they were holding hands. They stared at us in horror. I wish you could have seen Charlie's face. He was furious. He was scared. He was worried. He was embarrassed. He wanted to die, and all at the same time. He hurriedly let go of Sharon's hand, but it was too late. We'd seen everything. "Hi, Charlie," said Tina, ever so sweetly. "Got yourself a girlfriend?" "No, I haven't." His face was getting very red. "Charlie," cried Sharon, punching his shoulder. "You said—" Tina and I had to bite our lips to stop ourselves from laughing out loud. Charlie's eyes narrowed to dangerous slits. "If you breathe a word to anyone, I'll kill you both," he threatened. "It was your pesky dog's fault. My dad said she should be put down. She's uncontrollable." Just at that moment, Streaker went whizzing past. "Walkies!" I shouted, and she came racing back, skid on all fours, and sat obediently by my side. "She's no trouble," I said. "I've trained her." Charlie's face turned white. "I don't believe it," he said hoarsely. "You better had," said Tina. "We've won that bet, Charlie, and that means that you've lost, and that means that you've got to wash in the old tin bath." Oh no, there was no way Charlie was going to let this happen. He pulled himself up to his full height. He knew there was no way we could force him into that bath. "Oh yeah," he sneered. "Who's gonna make me? You two wimps? You've got to be joking." Charlie was right, of course. We had no chance of getting him into that tub unless he got in himself, and he wasn't going to do that in a million years. "It was a bet," said Tina, "and you agreed to it. Get lost." Tina folded her freckled arms across her chest and sighed. "Well, I'm afraid that leaves us no choice. We should just have to tell all your friends that we saw you in the woods holding hands with Sharon Blenkinsop." "Charlie!" squeaked Sharon, hands to her mouth in horror. "You wouldn't," spluttered Charlie. "Of course we would. We had a bet, Charlie, and we won. Either you get in that tin bath—" And don't forget to wash your hair, I added. Or will you tell your pals that you've got a girlfriend, lover boy? Charlie caved in. He was completely crestfallen. It's the last day of the holiday tomorrow, Tina went on. You can have until then to decide. See you tomorrow, Charlie. Tina and I set off home. I shouted, Walkies! And Streaker came bursting out from the grass and trotted home with us, tail wagging cheerfully. If I'd had a tail at that moment, my mummy would have been wagging like crazy too. Dad had just got in, and we showed him and Mum how obedient the dog was. They were pretty amazed, of course, and why not? It was amazing. Mum handed over the £30 and said it was worth every penny. I reminded her that I owed money for the dog biscuits and her tights and the phone bill. She told me to forget it. The dog behaved herself, and that was worth a fortune. Even Dad gave way eventually, but that was only because he had brought home a new golfing video. 50 classic golf shots, I ask you. Bring on those tanks. And he wanted some peace and quiet so that he could sit down and watch it. And that's it, really. It was great to have £30 sitting in my pocket. The only thing I felt a little bad about was teasing Charlie over having a girlfriend. After all, I said to Tina, we've never liked being teased about it. We're different, Tina explained. Charlie didn't want anyone to know about him and Sharon. So, we don't mind, said Tina, giving me her ever so sweet smile. I like being your girlfriend, and I don't care how many people know. I was thunderstruck. I suppose I should have seen it coming, I thought. No, please, not this. Not after everything I've been through. Tina began to sort of lean towards me. I think it was the first time I had ever moved faster than Streaker.